But one of my favorite segments that Stephen A. used to do, one of his producers would play some music, and then the Love Doctor would enter the conversation.
Right.
So, Stephen A., you recently went viral, like you usually do, for your comments about players being unsettled in the bubble. Danny just got engaged during this little quarantine pandemic.
Congratulations.
Thank
So,
you.
if the Love Doctor would enter inside the green room and give advice for the NBA players in the bubble, and then if you could, give some advice for those single men who are living in this COVID-19 life.
Well, first of all, I don't like the word advice because I ain't qualified to give that advice. I've never been married. It's been on purpose, even though I anticipate that that'll change in the near future. The bottom line is that, let me be very, very clear. I wasn't trying to call anybody out in any way. What I'm saying is we're men, okay? And to ask a bunch of brothers to go weeks upon weeks without is a strong ask. That is really, really an ask, okay? And so what we're talking about is 3-4 weeks minimum where you don't get to see anybody, you can't have anybody with you. I'm like, damn, don't tell me these guys gonna honor the bubble. Hell, I don't know if I'd honor the bubble if I was there under those conditions. And I said that on national television. So I'm just being real about it. You know, even though I'm half joking, I'm half serious because, again, I'm 52 years old. I can go without, you know. But when you in your 20s and you making millions, especially if you single, but I mean, that's just a lot to ask, okay? It's just a lot. I mean, there's no other way to put it. So when you ask for advice, I ain't qualified to give that kind of advice. Not that kind of advice. My props to any brother that can do it. But any brother that can't, I understand. I do. It's a tough pill to swallow. Now, you're doing it for the right reasons, but you're doing it for business, and I get it, but damn, it's easy. And you know what else makes it harder? Most of the people handing down the rules ain't doing it. They ain't in the bubble. They ain't there by themselves making that sacrifice. They ain't doing that. I mean, so it's hard when people are telling you what to do when they ain't doing it. You know, that's a very, very, because now you're getting upset because you're getting tight. You understand? Then you get a little desperate. And then after that, you get ticked off. And you get ticked off because you're like, damn it, they ain't here. They ain't got to do this. Well, I got to do this. Man, bump this. I mean, shoot, I should be able to go right down the block. I mean, damn, I should be able to do something. That's how you think it. And so, again, the word advice is not apropos. If there was ever a time where I can legitimately tell you I'm in no position to espouse advice upon anybody on a particular subject, it would be this one. I don't know what the hell they should do. Honestly, I really don't.
It is a sacrifice, and that
yes, it is.
3 or 4 weeks would have been nice. I think it's more of 6 to 8 for us. I think it takes longer. So there's a lot of FaceTime calls. Yeah, it's the best way to keep in contact with your people and follow up. So it is a sacrifice, not let alone the other things that are going on here, but the sacrifice of leaving your family, your loved ones.
Well, we know the leaving the family, all of that stuff is a given. But I'm just saying, I mean, listen, you love your woman. You love your woman, and chances are, if you're about to get married, you're very, very, very attracted to your woman. And then guess what? You on FaceTime or Zoom or whatever, and you looking at her. And you can't be there with her. That's torture. That's very tough. That's very tough. I'm glad I ain't there yet, y'all. I'm glad I ain't there. Let me just be real.
Sure. But for the single guys who are outside the bubble, like my guy Harrison here, he's looking for, during the pandemic, it's been a little struggle.
You gonna put me out on Front Street?
Yeah.
What advice could the Love Doctor give a guy like Harrison during a pandemic?
Well, if you listen, whether you got somebody you love or you don't, the advice is first and foremost to stay safe, because ain't nothing worth you getting sick and coming down with the Rona. It's just that simple. Ain't not worth that. You know, you can have a moment of fun, but it could cost you big time. And so you got to refrain, and whoever you were around, make sure that if they're gonna be in your presence, they ain't around anybody. And be very strict about that. You're like, who you with? What you been doing? I was on a flight. A flight where? How many people on a flight? Did you wear your mask? Did you engage in social distancing? Because if not, you can't come near me. You got to be strict because it ain't worth getting sick. That much is the truth. You got to sit up there and refrain. You ain't got no. You don't have any choice. And if somebody wants to be with you bad enough, they gonna make sure they weren't around anybody.
Nothing more attractive than a woman who takes care of her health. So yes, just prioritize the ones who wash their hands, wear a mask, engage social distancing, and keep it to
washing
themselves.
the hands is key. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not upset at all